See what time is it? Oh. Hey! The motherfucking lights. The motherfucking lights. Okay. Let's try this again. See what time it is. Am I a YouTuber now? I think so. It's raining outside, and as much as I would want to just use that as an excuse to like not record, I think this is like the perfect time to record, to do this. Hi. I can't believe we're actually doing this. I can't believe we're actually doing this. This is crazy. This could be my first YouTube video ever. In my mom's car. In my mom's car. It is 1 a.m. and I turned 24. Yup. I turned 24. Apologies for the rain. It's probably going down, but yeah, I turned 24. I think what's so funny is that I've always wanted to do like a YouTube channel, but I stopped myself from doing it for so many reasons, and it's crazy how you can trick yourself not to do something when you actually want it. Like when it's for you, you can trick yourself out of it. So this is not the perfect setup. This is not my perfect setup. This is not how I actually would want my first YouTube video to be like at all. To just be on an iPhone camera. Not quite sure how the quality is gonna go. Rain stopped, thank God. Hair wrap, glasses, just came back from hanging out with my friends, and now I'm here. So yeah, turned 24 recently enough. Crazy. And I have been just day in and day out. I really feel like I have not been sleeping well. Not sleeping well physically, but in a sense that like I feel like my soul is constantly at me for this. And it's not necessarily about like putting up a camera and recording and talking per se, but I think it's like my soul is wrestling within me to be like, girl, it's time to share your story. It's time to put a face into the camera. No more hiding behind the camera. No more saying, oh, we're gonna do this and it's like 2 years gone. And I think that's why I started with saying I turned 24, because there's so much dreams and there's so much passions that I wanted to do as a teenager, but I never did it, again, for so many reasons, because I stopped myself most of the time. But now reaching this age, I just feel like 24 and having more of like autonomy for myself and my being, and actually feeling like I have some sort of like hang of like adulting, or have some sort of like I have a hang of living per se, living for me. I'm still trying to figure out what that actually means for me, but turning 24, before actually turning 24, like the countdown to my birthday, I was definitely anxious because I find myself comparing different timelines with myself. Not with myself, geez, with like other people that I know. Like I know, for example, a big thing for me is knowing that in the past generation before me, like parents, aunties, you know, they would have babies and have their kids at 24, and they would have their house and everything is like set up. They're married, they're doing their thing, they're doing their career. And then you just see me, little old me, still renting in Dublin and still in my final degree, okay? And literally going back home after my trip to Amsterdam, and I'm calling my mom. I'm like, Mommy, I'm tired of pasta. I need to come home and learn how to cook my African dishes at 24. Yup, at 24. And, I feel like one would be embarrassed of that, but I'm not. Like, I genuinely am not, because I feel like with so much shit that has happened to me in the past and so much trauma that I'm still trying to heal from experiences as just growing up, it feels liberating to know that living by myself and separating myself from my hometown and being able to develop and be able to create a sense of being myself without external voices from those that I've grown up with and those that have known me by blood, like family. It's so relieving, it's so liberating to do that. And I think that's why 2024, it almost feels like it's like a new chapter. And I feel like people always say that, but I genuinely feel like it's a new chapter for me, because it's like I am finally getting a hang of like what living actually means to me. Not what living means to my parents, not what living means to some sort of high unrealistic expectation that I had for myself as a teenager, but realizing that, bitch, I'm exactly where I need to be. I'm exactly where I need to be. And realizing now as well, with doing this and actually being actually having the privilege to actually suck at this and not let it be like polished and everything of that nature, and just fucking post it and then see what happens, you know what I mean? Y'all, it's late, raining, like I said, it's raining, like cars are coming by. I just said this thing needs to get done. I was with my friends. Even to call her a friend would be, it's not even enough. My sister from another mother, I was with her in the afternoon, and I was talking to her about me doing this, and I was like, girl, like I don't even have like a proper camera, like I don't know a thing about cameras and everything of that nature. And at that moment when I was talking to her, I was just like, you know what, just do it. Just do it. You get better over time. Just do it. The first thing is just to do it. That's it, There's so many people in this world that are doing what I dream to do. And I know that it's possible for me. So if they're doing it, then why can I not have it? Like I'm finally getting the hang of living for myself, and I'm still creating that, co-creating that. I'm so excited, y'all. I am excited. And I think the fact that I'm doing this as well, it's great. It's really, really great. But I'm grateful for my child self. I'm grateful for my inner child. I'm grateful for my teenager self. I talked about 24, 23, or just in my 20s, but particularly now, having more autonomy. I feel like even the dreams that I had as a child, they're coming up so they're coming so aggressively, and they're coming so bold and courageous and like fearfulness, is that a word? Don't know. Me studying literature and I don't know if that's a word. Right. But like that energy as a kid, my inner child, and like now having the financial autonomy, the just everything, you know what I mean? Just to be able to do what I want without anybody telling me that you can't do it. I feel like now that the dreams that I have as a kid, they're coming up strong like never before. And I think that's why I was mentioning before that sometimes I genuinely cannot like fall asleep as peacefully as I want to, because these dreams are keeping me up at night. Doing this and like working on different projects and stuff like that, and guy, it's my mind and just the creativity, and it's just like rah. I don't know what that sound was. I don't know what that sound was, but it's just like I genuinely, every time I feel like I'm not on the path that I'm supposed to be on, I feel it within my whole body, and it's crazy because it's like it's just, it feels too real, too real. And I just feel like maybe this is my inner child, my spirit, or God telling me, girl, it's time. It is actually time. It's time for you to showcase all that you have and be seen, but not in a way that's egotistical in a sense. But I feel like even being seen, like we do have that, there is that temptation of the ego kind of boosting itself up to be like, boss ass bitch. You know what I mean? Like, you that bitch. You know what? And nothing's wrong with that. Nothing is wrong with that because we need that. But yeah, no, my soul is not letting me rest until I get what I need to get done in this earth, and it's what's keeping me going. And that sense, that feeling of like, that feeling of building like my dreams and my life, and like that fire that's inside me is definitely looking into the future. But because I've done so much healing and so much work within myself, and I'm still doing the work within myself, there's such a beauty for me to also look back and hang out with my friends. Hang out with my friends and like chill. Like hang out with my friends, chill out, walk around the streets that I've grown up in, and actually be okay with it. I used to hate coming back to my hometown and just be like, oh, I just hate it. I hated it because I was just like, I'm wasting my time here. But now it's like I don't know what has happened, but I know transformation has happened to the point where I'm like, I can actually look back with so much grace. But I can also look, I'll say my friends this as well, I can also look back and also come back to a place that I've grown up in, but knowing that I'm not the same gal. You get me? I'm not the same person. I'm not the same identity as you formed me in. I can fully show up as the person. Ooh, the lights, y'all. The lights. Oh, Lord. Y'all, the lights. Oh my gosh, the lights. Y'all, the motherfucking lights. The lights went off. Y'all, mind you, I'm not even American. I don't know why I say y'all a lot. I think it's just, it's Disney, Nickelodeon. It's That's So Raven. The lights went off. I think I might keep that on because I don't see why not. But take two. I forgot where I was at now, to be fair. I genuinely forgot where I was at. Let me try to remember. I know I was talking about my friends. I think, again, there is that freedom of me getting back to my hometown and knowing that I am showing up as my ideal self, knowing that I'm slowly showing up as the person that I want to be in my current reality, but also in the future. Like, again, there's still more work to do. I literally was helping my mom cook some soup so I can bring it back home to Dublin, and I was rushing to get out because I was like, I have to do this thing. I gotta move up. I gotta move. English. I gotta meet with my people at 6:30. It's already 6 o'clock, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna be late. I'm not trying to be a late person again. But anyways, I was late. But the main thing is I had my jerks on, I had my loafers, I had my socks on, I had like a bantu, and my hair was wrapped, and I had my earrings and my watch and my arm cuff and everything. It is quite sunny in Galway, so you know, we do have that pleasure and that privilege in that, which hardly comes out. So when Galway is sunny, everybody's outside. Everybody no mama. But I remember just drinking my white wine as one does, and just like crossing my feet, and I'm just laughing. I'm laughing at my friends and the jokes that they're making and stuff like that, and I'm just like, I'm literally living my Pinterest save boards dreamed. Is that the word? Is that the function I'm trying to use? I'm literally living my Pinterest board dream at this moment right now. I feel like 13-year-old Cordell would have just been like, wow, like we are really that girl right now. Like we're really this girl right now. And what's so funny is future me is like, girl, we're only just beginning. We are only just beginning. And just catching up with my friends and talking and laughing and just being and just enjoying each other's presence, I was like, oh my gosh, this is all that I need, you know? And then when I get back home, I pack for tomorrow for Dublin and stuff like that. And I just get to enjoy knowing that, listen, I just had one glass of wine. I had some chips on the side with garlic dip. I look good. I was laughing with my friends. We praise God. Thank God. That was it. And knowing that, like, I can walk back safely and be able to turn to certain buildings, and knowing where certain memories has happened during those certain buildings, within those certain buildings, I don't have like that attachment. Like I feel like I'm not as attached as I was before. There was a moment where I would pass a particular house because it has a particular memory, and it would make me cringe. Now I pass it like it's just an ordinary house, and it just feels so good to do that, knowing that like I not necessarily got over it. I don't know if you can say get over it. I don't think we really get over things, but it's like the attachment doesn't have any, like, there's no value to the attachment anymore. And it just feels so good to just walk past that house and be like, oh, girl, remember like 2 years ago you used to be crying when you passed that house? Now it's like, you chilling. You just had one glass of white wine. You got chips on the side. You got garlic dip. You were laughing. your friends were joking. We're talking about what happened in the past, and we can laugh about it, and it feels so good. And I think that's why I was saying that, like, thank God I'm in a place right now, and I don't know if it's because I'm 24 or whatever, or the autonomy of it. I don't know what it is, but knowing that, like, I can look back gracefully and laugh. Thank God, because I think there's gonna be maybe like another video where I talk about like my story and where I've kind of through, been through. Deal. I don't, I don't know where that came from, but I know that will be another tale to tell. But for now, I can look back and I can laugh. I can Betty laugh. I can Betty laugh till I cry, and that's a good laugh. I love a good laugh. And to be able to go back home to pack, knowing that I had my full in my hometown, and then knowing that I have to get to work in Dublin, right? Take a bus, 2 hours and 30 minutes, or 1 hour. I forgot what the distance is. And knowing that, like, I'm so grateful I had this moment right now. Now it's time to get to work. Now it's time to build. Because essentially, as much as I can enjoy my hometown and where I'm at, I know myself that, like, y'all is dark. So I have to look, like, back and forth sometimes because it gets a bit scary. But we good, praise. But I can look back knowing that, like, oh, thank God. Like, I can laugh at that. And I can actually also move with that same energy of love, trust, good times and vibes into the other direction, into like another direction of my life. And that's building. And I think that's why me being 24, but also 24, I think just 20, I feel like energetically speaking, to put like a label on something, I just feel like maybe it might trap it. But I guess what I'm trying to say is this connection with 24 and me realizing that, like, I'm living for myself, and me looking back few years of what has happened and be able to laugh at it, versus now I'm in a place where, like, I trust myself. There's just so much love that's within me that I just want to share to the people that I love, and it comes out naturally. And then knowing that and spending time with myself and building myself and still building myself, to just say that, okay, the vision is getting clear right now. We just have to start moving. We just got to show up. Like right now, this is literally a part of my building era, because I have no idea where it's gonna go, but it's gonna go somewhere, and it's gonna go. It has to be, because if I don't post it, I'm gonna get in trouble with my soul, and we don't want that. We don't want that. So yeah, I turned 24. From a societal point of view of getting a car, getting a house, getting kids, married, and stuff like that, I'm not there yet, and that's okay. However, I am exactly where I need to be in my own timeline, in the timeline that God, the universe, higher power, wherever you like your ego to place it at. I am in the time of God and also myself. And I don't want to rush that. I don't want to jump into lifelong commitments just yet, just for the sake of societal approval or to match societal expectations. Because essentially, if I'm rushing because of what society is doing, then I'm not living for me. I'm living for society. And one thing we know about society is that society falls and it comes back up, and it goes up and down and up and down like a trend. And last thing I want to do is follow a trend when really my life was never a trend. I feel like a pick me girl. But no, it's true. So, I turned 24. I turned 24. I turned 24, and it's only just the beginning. Yeah.